stories that treat suffering as spectacle, and others that understand it as something far more intimate, something invited. In these narratives, pain is not inflicted at random. It is summoned by longing, by the quiet belief that fulfillment lies just beyond the next threshold. Pleasure and agony blur together until the distinction no longer matters, and what was once forbidden becomes irresistible. The tragedy is not that hell exists, but that it answers when called. What begins as a terrifying meditation on desire and consequence slowly mutates into something lesser as repetition sets in. Torment escalates, bodies pile up, rules are rewritten and expanded, yet the weight of damnation grows strangely lighter. The deeper we descend, the less it all means. Suffering becomes routine, its rituals hollowed out by excess, until even hell itself feels exhausted, no longer a revelation, but a reflex. This is the long, unraveling trajectory of the Hellraiser franchise, a series that opened the box on horror's most unsettling ideas, only to lose itself in the endless pursuit of sensation, mistaking escalation for depth and forgetting that the true terror was never the pain, but the desire that summoned it. Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Plex. For more information, stick around after the video to learn how to corral your movies, TV shows, and music from all your streaming services into one place. Stop scrolling, start streaming, get Plex. The Hellraiser franchise begins not as a spectacle of gore, but as an intimate nightmare, one rooted in desire, transgression, and the unbearable consequences of wanting too much. The early films understand pain not as a shock tactic, but as a philosophy. Suffering is not inflicted randomly, it is earned, summoned by human longing that mistakes intensity for fulfillment. As the series progresses, however, that philosophy begins to erode. What begins as a meditation on obsession and damnation slowly becomes an assembly line of hollow cruelty, where torment escalates in volume, but collapses in meaning. The franchise's decline is not merely one of budget or narrative quality. It is a psychological decay, where hell itself becomes bored. Clive Barker's Hellraiser from 1987 is terrifying precisely because it is restrained and personal. The film frames hell not as a place one stumbles into, but as something one invites. Frank Cotton's fate is not tragic in the traditional sense. It is the logical conclusion of his compulsive hunger for sensation. The Cenobites are not villains in the conventional horror mold. They are functionaries. They arrive not with malice, but with a chilling neutrality, embodying a universe where pleasure and pain have collapsed into a single, indistinguishable experience. This moral ambiguity is what gives the film its lasting power. The terror comes not from what the Cenobites do, but from the realization that they are correct within the logic of its world. Hell is not punishment, it is fulfillment taken too far. In Hellbound Hellraiser 2, the vision is expanded without diluting it. If the first film is about desire unleashed, the second is about institutionalization of suffering. Hell is mapped, categorized, ruled. Dr. Channard's transformation into a Cenobite is one of the franchise's most potent metaphors. A man who believes himself an observer of pain becomes utterly consumed by it, seduced by the illusion that understanding suffering grants immunity from it. The labyrinthine hellscape reflects a psychological truth. The more one tries to rationalize obsession, the deeper one becomes trapped inside of it. Importantly, the film still treats pain with gravity. Torment is cosmic, existential, and irreversible. By Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth, the rot begins. Pinhead, once a terrifying embodiment of moral absolution, is fractured into a more recognizable slasher villain. The series shifts from exploring why people seek damnation to simply staging increasingly elaborate punishments. Violence becomes louder, more performative, and less personal. The Cenobites, once unsettling because of their restraint and mystery, are now grotesque caricatures, designed to shock rather than disturb. Pain is no longer transformative. It is decorative. This marks the central tragedy of the franchise, the conclusion of escalation with depth. As the sequels continue, particularly from Bloodline onward, the mythology grows more convoluted while becoming emotionally emptier. Hell is no longer a reflection of human desire. It is a backdrop for disposable narratives. Characters no longer choose damnation in meaningful ways. They end up stumbling into it through contrivance. The films mistake lore accumulation for thematic expansion, mistaking quantity for consequence. By the time the franchise dissolves into its direct-to-video era, Hellraiser has lost all of its soul. Or, better yet, it's been utterly torn apart. The later entries feel less like stories that needed to be told, and more like scripts repurposed to justify the presence of Pinhead. The Cenobites themselves are reduced to branding tools, stripped of all of their philosophical menace. Pain, once sacred and horrifying, becomes routine. Without the psychological weight of desire, Torment loses all of its power. Hell becomes monotonous. There is an unintended meta-commentary within this collapse. The franchise itself mirrors the fate of its characters. What began as an exploration of excess becomes excess incarnate, repeating the same situations in search of the original high, never realizing that the thrill was never in the extremity, but in the meaning behind it. The later films do not fail because they are violent or cheap. They fail because they no longer understand what suffering actually is. They confuse cruelty for insight, noise for terror. In the end, the Hellraiser franchise does not simply decline, it just exhausts itself. It becomes a cautionary tale about horror's most dangerous temptation, the belief that escalation alone can sustain fear. True horror, like true damnation, requires intention. Without that, even hell becomes forgettable. One wonders if this has been the point all along, pushing us to seek out that next escalation in pleasure, sensation, and torment. Managing the overwhelming number of streaming services that we all subscribe to can be a nightmare, making us wish for some sort of one-stop destination for all of our movies, TV shows, and music. Well, thankfully, Plex has the answer, bringing together free ad-supported movies, shows, and live TV with the power to search and add to your watch list any title ever made, no matter which streaming service it's on. Plex keeps everything in one place, even for theater releases. Discover more and search faster by customizing your experience. Add friends, share thoughts, and find your next binge-worthy title. Track your favorite actors with Discover credits. See all their movies and shows in one place. Stream your own movies, TV shows, music, and photos anywhere on any device. And best of all, Plex is a free streaming app for everyone, supported by ads that help bring you content from partners like Lionsgate, AMC, and even A24. Stream instantly from your computer, phone, tablet, game console, smart TV, or streaming media player. While you don't need an account to use Plex, signing up does give you extra benefits, such as your own universal watch list, the ability to customize search results, seamlessly watching across all devices, and more. And if you want to unlock even more incredible features, consider joining Plex Pass, Plex's premium subscription, which gives power users advanced features for managing personal media libraries. Just follow the link down in the description today to join more than 17 million users worldwide who trust Plex as their entertainment concierge, helping them discover, organize, and enjoy the best content across all of their favorite platforms. Stop scrolling, start streaming, get Plex. Well, friends, that's gonna be all for now. If you are interested in this film, I urge you to check it out for yourself and formulate your own thoughts and opinions about it. I hope you come share those thoughts and opinions in the comments. Let me know if there are any movies that you would like to see discussed on this channel. I always love to hear from you guys, and I do my best to try and respond to everyone. As always, I've put a link down in the description to a physical copy of this film, if one exists, that you can add to your collection. Using that link helps out the channel, and that's always appreciated. If you like this video, I urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. I know that some of you watching aren't subscribed, so help out the channel and subscribe. If you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel even more, we do have a couple options for you to do so. You can join us on Patreon, where you can get yourself early access to future videos, Patreon exclusive content, and access to the ETF digital archive. We get a lot of compliments about the VHS collection that you guys see in the background of our videos. Well, we've been hard at work slowly digitizing the collection and creating a place where we can share it with all of you. Thanks to the help of the Plex platform, we can now do just that. This is our way of doing our part in helping preserve that gritty, nostalgic VHS look and feeling before it's gone forever. With Plex, you can stream our VHS collection from anywhere at any time. It's basically like having a streaming service for VHS, which I think is pretty cool. Additionally, if you're tired of adding to your growing list of monthly subscriptions, you can help support the channel on Ko-Fi, where you can drop a single tip, the cost of a cup of coffee, or less. No pressure, no tiers required. But with all the same monthly benefits that you will find on Patreon offered as well. We also have a Mercari store where you can go and get yourself a little piece of the ETF archive. While collecting VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs over many years, we wind up with lots of duplicates, and we unfortunately can't store them all. So on our Mercari shop, we have all of those for sale. Purchasing those not only expands your collection, but makes room for us to expand ours. All the links for everything are down in the description. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.